Here she sits. Time to put a bucket on her. Hasn't moved all winter. Let's see how she starts up. I'd say a machine from 1984, that thing did pretty well. It's sat since maybe November, somewhere in there, and it's almost June. It's middle of May. So, that's pretty awesome. Now we got some stuff down here to do. So over here, got a couple cracks around here. We're gonna fix those. Don't worry, I'm not getting under it. I should get some bushings in here. I realized I forgot my bushing press, so I'll check the fit. We may run those for just a little bit. Ran into some problems putting my coupler and thumb together, so I think this bucket's going on, but it's probably coming back off fairly soon. They look fairly round. They're a little busted out from the bad pins, so we'll see how the pins fit in there. This one still has seals in it. Those bushings might actually be okay, but it's cracked almost all the way around, and you can see the dripping. This boom's got water in it, so hopefully we can get the water out of there. And it's coming out so aggressively here, it's probably filled up into here. So we'll start. I'll start by grinding all this out. I might even take the torch and blow some of the bulk of it off before I get the grinder out. But we'll weld all that up before we put the bucket on. This side too, it's been welded poorly, but it's cracked again. I can't tell if there's a crack up in here or not. I think there's a little bit right there. I'll at least wire wheel it, look at it better. The end looks okay. Yeah, these bushings, we'll see how the pins fit. These don't look too bad. I've got fresh grease seals. These clearly are busted, but as I said, I'm probably only putting this bucket on for the next month to do a few things, and then it'll come back off. We'll put the coupler on, put the thumb on. It'll be good. But we'll have to measure. Need to make sure the mount plate fits up here. It's been welded up here before, but that looks like it's holding okay. I'm missing a bolt on that cylinder. I need to do those two cylinders. They're weeping. Those need to get sealed. 3 out of the 4 of those hoses look like they're about to explode. Change those. This hose, we're going to change that one. This hose is actually super expensive. It's 5,000 PSI hose. So, just the hose and fittings for these few, I think it was about $1,000. Yeah, I'm making myself. But we'll get those together, and then I got a few little leaky valves underneath to reseal. But old machine like this dinosaur, you're gonna have some leaks. But I only have so much battery here. I'm gonna get this ground out. I'll bring it back and show what I've done. Well, I'd say it's got some water in it. Look at that. Just finished the rough torch work. It is coming out like a spring. Looks like there's one more little crack I gotta hit. I'm roughing it out with the torch. There's a lot of goobery weld on here and junk. I'll clean it up with the grinder. It'll look pretty good. Torch is just a quick way to get rid of the bulk of the junk. I burned this off and I had a big nasty crack in it, so I blew out most of that. The slag looks a little ugly, but it'll clean up nice. I got a little crack right there too to pop. And one here. There's always a couple steps to it. So, thought you might like to see all the water coming out. There's a heck of a lot of that. So it's finally coming to a stop. It's been pouring since I moved this bucket a few minutes ago. Alright, so it was about ready to fall out of the side of the machine. That was cracked. This crack had been welded up there. You can see the old other plate inside there. But it's busted out. 1, 2, 3 sides on both sides. Cracked all the way around. I left a little bit of it here and down here because I don't want this falling out. I'm going to come in, I'm going to weld this crack. I'm going to weld this section and that crack, a little section over here. And then over here, same thing. That was all cracked. Crack, crack, crack. I left a little bit here that is cracked. There's a little bit on the bottom I need to cut out some more. But over here I'll weld this crack, this side, that crack, this side. And then I'm going to come in and cut that out, and cut that out. Same thing the other side. Leaving a little bit just to hold it in position. There's still a little bit of water in there, but I'll probably lift it up and drain it out before I'm done sealing the bottom. I am impressed though. It's still on the tent. I've been out for probably an hour and hasn't bled down. That's pretty impressive for an old machine. So, and this side over here, actually, started heating it up. Had a spacer stuck on. They must have welded into it a little bit over here. I popped it off. But you can see there's still a pretty good crack going in there. And down here, that's sort of a mess. This crack, actually, I missed the edge of it. I'll have to trim that back out. This is literally just a torch and wire wheel. And I'm stick welding. This will be perfect. So I'm going to weld a little bit up and I'll show you how I'm going. We'll get the parts that are fully cleaned out, put together. We won't do a cap pass yet, but we'll get it all rooted in and partially filled out. And then we'll go back and we'll cut out the last little bits that are bad, because if I cut it all out right now, that'd be floating. It's in position. I don't want to have to reposition. So I'm going to do that and I'll bring you back. Well, we don't need the tent anymore. The sun's almost down. But I got the weld finished. And came out pretty nice. That's rooted all the way through. That's ground out, done. That big crack's fixed. It's re-welded all the way around. That crack, that crack. It's all repaired. And same thing over here. So came out pretty nice. I was gonna put bushings in, but these look pretty good. Those don't, but I'm gonna see how the pins fit. This has got seals in it, so I'm just gonna wipe these out, test fit the pins, and I don't know if I'm gonna finish tonight, but I don't really want to drive home with the bucket in the back of the truck because it's kind of heavy and fuel is super expensive right now. So I'm gonna see if I can get this going, and I'll probably just show you how far I got. I think we're calling it quits for the night. I'll show you what's up. So this pin's fighting me hard. Looks better with a real bucket, huh? These bushings were all good, so I put fresh seals in there. Got that shimmed, 4 shims either side. Pretty good. Not a permanent pin, so not too worried about it. This one I was beating on, and it seems stuck in the spherical. These are, I just put this spherical in not long ago. I redid this cylinder. And it's a cheap aftermarket. And really it's too tight. That's the seal. I'm literally driving the spherical and the seal out. So I think tomorrow I'll drive the pin out of here, and then I'll check the fit. I may have to take a buffing wheel and open up the idea of that spherical a little bit to get the pin to fit, because this is ridiculous. Can't be driving the seal out of there. So, and then over here, man, that looks a lot better. So is that. Over here we got a different problem. This cylinder was damp last year. It's making a real mess. Don't worry, I got a bucket down there, but that's not usable. So I think tomorrow, I don't know if it'll be the same video or not, probably not. I'm gonna come out here, we'll finish the bucket, that should be in the same video. And I'm gonna take both those cylinders off. I have seal kits for them at home. And 3 of the hoses here are pretty gnarly. That one's not bad. That one's horrible. Those are about to die. So I got hose and fittings. I'm gonna see if I can reuse these are a 2-piece fitting. They got a fitting and a collar. Caterpillar told me that they don't. I mean, I've gotten both answers. I think the shop is probably the real problem. It says they will not fix these anymore. You used to be able to take these to Caterpillar and they'd use your same fittings. These fittings are about 50 bucks a piece. You'd buy the hose and reuse your fittings, good to go. They won't do that anymore, but I got ferrules for my Gates machine, which I've been told that Caterpillar uses Gates products. I don't know if it'll be compatible. I'll have to open this stuff up. I also have full fittings if I need them. I'm gonna see if I can use Caterpillar fittings with Gates hose. If it doesn't look like it's gonna work, I'm not gonna do it because the stuff is ridiculously expensive. I don't wanna waste it. So is oil, but yeah, tomorrow we're gonna take these cylinders off, take those hoses off. Guessing that cylinder's the only one. Well, I did this cylinder. I have a feeling that one's probably gonna start leaking soon, so I'll order a seal for that soon. But yeah, I'm gonna reseal those. And that hose up there also needs to be changed out. We'll see if I take that one off tomorrow or whether I just do these main ones. Depends how much time I have. But we'll keep chugging on it and get this old beast back in shape. I do have to reseal a split box for the gears. This is an early version, so it's got the gearbox to split off the engine into the 2 pumps. Actually, it's 3 pumps. And that's got some leaks, so I'll seal that up. I also need rear and front mains on the engine, but I think I might just rebuild the engine because what's great in this weather, it gets cold, it starts being a little harder to start. And we're gonna make track guides for it because this thing likes to kick out of its wheels. I don't want to detrack, that's never fun. And we're gonna put glass in the cab, or plexi, that'll be good. Get all the windows fixed. Maybe put a fan in there, something to try to keep the bugs out. But hope you enjoyed it. We'll get back at it tomorrow. So this pin's stuck in the spherical. I'm trying to beat it out using this pin. Just an old one, it fits a little looser. I know I'm hitting it hard when that happens to my hammer. Yep, I just broke the 8-pound sledge. Might need another plan. This one's it's in the middle. It's most of the way out of the spherical, but probably a little more than halfway out. I've only moved it, now you can see the marks, maybe half an inch, probably a little less so far. Those stinks. I'm trying to think of how I can put a press on here to push it. I'll figure something, but I think I gotta weld the hammer up because that thing's broken. So here's a new level for you. These pins, I don't know what it is, the tolerance just isn't right. They've been tightening everything, and I could not get it through the spherical. And I broke my hammer off trying to get it out, and it's not a small hammer, I welded it twice to finish the job. Still want to use new pins. So, thought, how am I going to open that up? Used a flap wheel, takes forever. Put a rock on here. Thought that might be a little too aggressive. Worked great. Just stuck it in there, grounded, and now I've got a pin. These are the matching pins. So got a pin that'll fit in there. So I'll show you how easy it goes now. It needs a tap, but it's good. And I already tried the new pins. These bushings are the ones in the frame I was gonna change, but they're really not bad. I stuck new grease seals in. The bottom ones, they're round. They got a chip. The seals are missing. I'm gonna run them for now. But check it out. That's not bad. I don't want it slopping around, otherwise we'll wear out real quick. So, slightly snug fit. This pin was just to keep that from falling in the wrong place. I think that'll be a healthy fit for this, as opposed to what it was before, which was aggressively unhealthy. Now we're going to drop this back in here. See, it doesn't really want to stay, so what I did last time, what I'm going to do this time is, this is an old pin. It's worn. It's not too bad, but it's worn well enough that it goes in easy. We'll take this. There we go. Now we're lined up. Now I can drive this pin through. Yeah, I'm stuck over here on this. That's getting stuck. There, that it started. We'll leave that in there for just a little insurance. This was getting stuck. That's not too bad. About halfway. Well, I guess we're using a little oil. Look. Drizzle some down this all the way into there a bit. I don't know, a little something in there. Let's go back to beating on it. Easier, I'm not fighting the arm. It's black fly season, by the way, if you haven't been able to tell. And they are killing me. Absolutely brutal black flies. Seal's pushing out a little bit, so I'm going to add a spacer in here. Normally you don't need spacers in here, but this machine's old. I buy extra for these. Sometimes it helps a little bit. Pick up a little slop. Always bring extra spacers. And that happens. getting lined up and trying to drive it through in first blow. Sometimes works, but not right now. In case anybody was wondering, pins are fun to put in. They're not. There's some good ways, there's some bad ways. And other than the loose, worn out pin that slides right in, I haven't found a fun one yet. Almost. Wasn't getting tight, this was stuck. Mechanics are sore. This work sucks. Almost there. That ain't good. Hope these links aren't bent. That'd be an extra fun part of the project. Hitting sloppy enough for long enough, they might be. Certainly possible. It is hot and humid. I'm tired. I'll go home. That doesn't fit too well. I'll grind this one out. That's what I'm up to. Typical Dylan fashion, does not go together as smooth as planned. Pins in, pins in. pin, having trouble. This one, I think the dog bone's twisted. I had to hook the chain here, not as tight. I'm using the machine to pull on itself, and I got this straight enough to get that in. But then, wait for more. Look at that. This dog bone's twisted. So, plan right now, I'm going to try to get that far side on. I think I can drive it in. Then I'm going to come over here, and I think I'm going to take an old pin, put it in here so it hangs down, and then take my rosebud. Oh, eating flies. And I'll heat this up real well. See if I can twist it a little bit. I really should have, guess I should have line bored all of it. I failed on that one. I thought it was, looked okay. Evidently not. It's mine. I'm also supposed. But we're gonna get, it's tight, which never been tight before. So I'm gonna keep pounding on this. Better bring it back so you can see the progress. Definitely twisted. I half wonder if these should fit better if I switch sides on them. Oh, okay. Got it. This side's together, that pin needs to go further, but that's what I got over here. You can see it got really pulled. Just lined up real nice before I put the chain on there. Let me let off and see what happens there. Well, I can try curling the bucket. Maybe it's better in one position than another. I'll move a little bit. Hey, look at that. That is lined up now. There is something funky going on, but I'm going to try to beat it in there right now. Pretty sure this is going to haunt me later, but if I can get it going, I'll figure it out after. I might have to do more machining. I actually have I have all the bushings for the machine anyway, and they were only like, I probably doubled since last month when I bought them. They're only 15, 20 bucks. It's going. Very hard, but it's going. think of ever taking this bucket off again. Wouldn't mind ever doing this again. Might cut a bigger plate. This is all the way out. Success. That was a heck of a fight. But, check it out. Rebuilt bucket, back on the machine. That pin, it's the right size, it was in good shape. I needed something a little longer than what I had, because I had these shorties. I had a real wide one for doing a thumb, and well, plans have been changing. If you've been following along, you know. Had that. I'm planning on putting a coupler on here soon anyway, so well, a little piece of junk didn't slide through. New pin, new pin, new pin, all of which have fought me thoroughly. Just had a twist, welded up that, all this stuff. That was broken out. I completely cut all the cracks out. Yeah, a lot of welding to put this back together. This was completely separated, and yeah, it's back together. The flies are brutal. I'm gonna put some grease to this thing, and I'm gonna call it a day. I was gonna take those cylinders off because that one's leaking real bad. I think that might be a project for another day. I'm beat. It's hot. I don't know if you've seen them buzzing, but there's about 4,000 black flies. You can see them around my leg and stuff. They are everywhere. Millions of them. Hard to see. I've eaten about 50 today. Hope you enjoyed. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. It's a small channel, and that really does help a lot. So, if you do give me a thumbs up, that's awesome. Get a subscription. You'll see my videos pop up. I've got a lot of work to do on this beast. I've got a bunch of other equipment. And leave some comments. You know you want to see. You know some guys want to see some more sawmill. Some want to see more of this. Some want to see more skitter. I'm getting all of it. But, my backlog editing.